The girl who touched the stars when she was little, Mary liked to sleep with the window open so she could see the stars blinking above her bed. While other children dreamed of castles or candy worlds, Mary dreamed of rockets. She didn't want a crown, she wanted a helmet. Every night, she whispered to the stars, "Wait for me, one day I'll come to meet you." But she was curious, endlessly curious. When the teacher asked a question, Mary didn't just answer. She wanted to know why. Why did planets spin? Why did the moon follow her home? Why did the sky change color when the sun said goodbye? Her classmates sometimes laughed. "Girls can't be astronauts," one of them said. Mary just smiled. "That's not true," she answered. "Some already are." That night, she searched for their names. She learned about Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman to ever go to space, and about Sally Ride, the first American woman to cross the stars. She discovered that women could be scientists, engineers, and explorers too. Her room became a mini-universe. The ceiling was full of glowing stars, and her bookshelf turned into a control panel. Every paper rocket she built took her a little closer to the sky. One day, her school announced a science fair. Mary decided to build a solar system model that moved with tiny planets orbiting around a glowing sun. She used old wires, bottle caps, and a motor from a broken toy car. For weeks she worked after dinner, her hands sticky with glue, her eyes shining with determination. On the day of the fair, her project didn't work at first. The motor stopped and the planets hung still. Some children giggled. "See? Space is too hard for you," one said. Mary took a deep breath. She looked at her father, who smiled softly from the crowd and said, "Try again." So she did. She touched the wire, twisted it carefully, and suddenly the little planets began to move. They spun slowly, perfectly, around their tiny sun. The laughter stopped. The teacher clapped, and Mary's heart lifted like a rocket. That night, she stood by her window again. One step closer, she whispered to the stars. As she grew older, her dream didn't fade. She read books about astronomy, learned about gravity and galaxies, and filled notebooks with equations and sketches of rockets. Sometimes people told her it was impossible. Sometimes she felt small. But every time she looked up, she remembered the women who had already been there, and she whispered, "If they could, so can I," in high school. She built a telescope from spare parts. When she looked through it, she didn't just see dots of light. She saw possibilities. Years passed. She studied hard, worked even harder, and finally, one morning that smelled like metal and hope, Mary stood on the launch platform, wearing the suit she had once drawn as a child. The engines roared. The ground trembled, and when the rocket lifted, her heart whispered the same words from long ago. "Wait for me, stars, I'm coming." When she finally looked out the small round window, the earth floated below like a blue marble wrapped in light. Tears filled her eyes. She wasn't just looking at the world, she was looking at home. And in that quiet moment, Mary realized something. The dream wasn't only about reaching the stars. It was about believing she could. She spoke softly into the radio, her voice trembling but clear. To every kid who looks up at the sky, don't stop dreaming. The universe is big enough for all of us. Back on Earth, in a small town by the sea, a little girl looked through her window that night and whispered, "Wait for me too, because dreams like stars never disappear. They just wait for someone brave enough to follow their light." If Mary's story inspired you, remember, the universe doesn't belong to a few. It belongs to everyone who dares to dream. So keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop believing that your light can reach the stars. Subscribe to BioUniverse Kids and discover more stories of courage, imagination, and the incredible power of dreams.